Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll just do this listening voice activity, but my push to talk is being a little bit buggy. So sorry about the wait, but we are live for the Fireside chat. This is number 16, maybe? I'd have to check my VODs, but we're racking them up now. Not a lot going on this week, I think. Don't really have any set reps or anything, and a lot of people are not here also. I think a lot of people are doing challenges, so I guess I'll jump into that, which of course we've got the hero thing going on, which I think I've overall been really happy with. I mean, there's been I think some arguments about it because like a lot of people care a lot about it and care a lot about their houses, and you know they don't want to lose or they don't want it to be unfair or whatnot. There's been some arguments and drama about that, which I mean. It's not great, but I think it is a symptom of people caring a lot about their houses, which is cool because that's kind of the purpose of it, is to get people to care about their house and like learn about it a little bit, or at least know that they're a part of it and feel like they're a part of it rather than just it being some random color that your name has. So that's been cool, and that's what a lot of people are doing right now is challenges for that. I imagine most people viewing this will already know about the hero thing, but basically, yeah, it's just a big House War, Batch-All style, if you're familiar with it from years back. But yeah, we've had a ton of participation. We've got total like 360, 480 points or something like that have been earned, which is like basically, I don't even know the math. I mean, it's basically like 96 like games worth of people. So some people have played multiple games, but something like that, which is pretty amazing because we have not even had it been going for a week yet. So we're going for 6 days. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate everyone participating in it. I know sometimes it's tough because like the matchup might not seem good, or you feel like you might lose. I mean, I feel that with a lot of these games, but I feel just participating is the funnest part, and just kind of representing your house and having fun with it.
If I could just refresh everyone on the end date, sorry.
Yeah. It will end on. Actually, I wanted to talk about because Rand had suggested we move it a little bit. We could discuss that, but right now it ends at June 8th at 12 Pacific time.
I was just gonna recommend that you list out the scores like a sports anchor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you might as well mention the scores while we're on Fire Chat.
True. Yeah, so right now we're all tied up at the top. House Dane is 180 and House Dippity has 180.
What?
Yes.
How is that possible?
I mean, Dane's
Yikes.
been winning a lot. So is Dippity, but I think Dippity kind of got a bit more of a hot start, and Dane has now kind of been doing really well the last day or two and kind of caught up. Commander is 90 right now. I believe after what was just posted, it'll be updated to 105. And 10 for Kilroy right now. So.
Well, it just proves that me and Daltrice need to fight our 4v4 in what's it called MWO quicker, so we can get our lead back, our 20-point lead.
Well, see, now these underhanded tactics coming out because Dippity and Dane both want to only fight against Commander because they don't want to risk giving points to the other house.
Well, that's not true because I am purposely challenged House Dane in MWO knowing that we're going to lose it for the sake of playing fair.
Well,
so
good on you. Honor of Dippity.
Numenor, a bastion of honor for Dippity.
Oh,
Just
God.
Just throwing it out there.
I did also play League of Legends with Af, even though Beth said it was totally fair for us to like both decline the battle, and no one would have been penalized.
Well,
So.
it wasn't really fair to pick League. I mean, that's not really Athvaller's main game.
But he was the one that picked it. I didn't pick it at all.
Yeah, I'm joking. Well, yeah, I guess we can just jump in. That was something I wanted to talk about because Rand had posted in the all thing he wouldn't be here, but that he thought it might be cool to move the end date for the hero thing to June 10th, maybe, to give us like 2 more days, so we'd have like another weekend of doing it. What do you guys think of that?
That'd be great.
I'd be okay with that.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I can't imagine somebody like, no,
I agree.
I refuse to do anything after June 8th.
It's
This is
already
madness.
it's already a pretty legendary event so far. I can't imagine extending it. Extending it would probably give us more stories.
True.
Ooh, me next.
Well, we'll do it then. You next. About what?
Stories.
That's right.
So,
Story- we're having a
I'm very-
24/7. Just real quick, we're having a 24/7 story marathon, composed to Mead Hall, Codex Spire, all that stuff about WA in honor of the anniversary, starting at midnight Pacific tonight and running for 24 hours.
Right. So it's the whole time. Doesn't have to be actually 24/7. It could be any time in there.
Yeah. We don't
but-
have like a commitment to make sure that there is always stories being written every second of the next 24 hours. but-
I think we'll try to. Just my own opinion is we'll try to get people together before we start a story. So we're like, hey guys, wrap up whatever you're doing, story in the next hour, be here. So people kind of congregate. Make a big kind of. I just imagine us all sitting around a big campfire telling stories. That's the mental image I'm getting.
I like it.
But anyway, yeah. So I will be there. I'd be telling stories. But the main thing is, if you have any works of like written stories you want to tell, have those drafts into me like today. But anyway, I want to put them all in showcase. I know I've written a couple. I think Ricky was going to write one. If anyone else has any thoughts, it could be anything. It could be a poem, it could be a story, it could be just a narrative about one of the fun battles you had in the House Wars here. Pass that on to me. I'll talk about the logistics later. You, Vest, or Soullight, we'll get something hooked up in the Discord. I want to have like a gallery channel, and we could just put everyone's story there so people can just scroll and read. It'll be like a read-only thing, so you can always find it. And or we could just like link it to the forums. I don't know, whichever way you think is better. I like the channel just because it's sort of more open. But
The problem with the forums would be that a lot of the newer members aren't even members on there, and they wouldn't be able to access it.
well, that's unfortunate. But yeah.
Well, fortunately, it only takes 2 minutes to sign up for forums.
I agree, but let's just make it easy for everybody here.
Note that someone else has to approve your farm account.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
You can
your
get
vest is on
turnaround.
24/7.
For the new people, if you feel so inclined, go get those juicy limited time offer forum accounts. It'll be collector's items in a little bit, so go and register today. But anyway, yeah. So that's
fast once Moscow 2.0 is recruited.
what?
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, none of that. Yeah. So today up until like tomorrow, which I guess technically is in 4 hours Eastern. Are we pegging this to Eastern time, Vest? The 24 hours, does it start Eastern time? Like midnight Eastern or
It starts at midnight Pacific.
midnight Pacific? Okay. Well, then you have until midnight Pacific, and I mean, even if you feel so inclined later, get those stories to me. It's an open offer to everyone because I know I got in the mood, recently. So if you feel inspired, send them over.
Cool. So you think we should have a all-new channel, or because we have the Codex Spire, who's basically just a story channel? But...
You put it in, like what is it? The like we have an art channel. I guess it would be Codex Spire. Unless we wanted to like highlight it just for this event, then we can always move it in, after. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I just want a place for these things. So if it's just say, hey, put it in the Codex Spire, then we put it in the Codex Spire. Just so we can direct people to the appropriate area.
What? Sounds good to me. So yeah, we'll move the deadline to the 10th for the hero thing, and so with that, the recruitment competition also is starting at midnight Pacific tonight and running for exactly a month till midnight the night of the 30th. I think I might have actually said 31st in the announcement. Let me make sure I edit that. Oh, midnight on July 1st. So yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that'll be fun. See if we can rack up some new recruits. That's kind of all we got. I was just gonna give a shout out to some of our kind of weekly events we've got now. Kind of same as usual, but we've got movie night is on Friday night, 8 p.m. Pacific, and then game night Saturday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, and then Warframe night is on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. So get some good weekly events coming in there.
This is gonna be on the calendar, yes?
Yes, it is
Always.
all on the calendar.
Okay, good. Good.
And yeah, that's kind of what we got on the table. Unless we talked a little bit about the stories. Oh, I was gonna mention. So obviously we had some drama, I think, in the meat hall, some stuff like that. And I know that it's not a super good look, but I think anybody who's been here around long enough knows it tends to happen from time to time, and I don't think it's the end of the world. I think just as mods and stuff, we'll just try to, if people are getting heated or anything, we can ask them to take it to DMs or to a different channel. It's not the meat hall, or just to, not be rude or something, I guess. We'll just try to keep a handle on it, but don't be alarmed, I guess, is the PSA about it, because it does happen. Sometimes we get in arguments. I think a lot of us, we get in arguments, and doesn't mean we're like not friends anymore afterwards or something. It just happens sometimes, and yeah.
On that note, if anyone ever needs to talk to someone, feel free to bring it to one of your leadership, and we can sort it out for you.
Excellent. Well, let's see. Whenever that, the only thing I really had that I thought we might talk about is warbands, and I think we've kind of covered it before, and I don't know if a lot of us have a lot of ideas. I think Starlight mentioned he was working on something, but I don't know if anybody had any thoughts on it. I still feel like we're having this thing, and this may change if we have, because we do have a warband competition that's going to be announced fairly soon. That's going to start around mid-June, and maybe that will help people get a little bit more involved, but I think overall, yeah, I'm kind of looking for ways to make the warbands feel more important to people, more unique, for people to care about them, that kind of thing, I guess, for them to have more of a purpose too. I don't know if anybody has any ideas. I mean, I think Coat of Arms is probably something. I mean, I think 1 or 2 warbands have done that, or are working on it. I think that's always cool, or picking colors or something like that. Obviously with the colored names being from the houses, it's not really in your face on Discord which warband you're in, and a lot of people don't even check the warband chats, so yeah, I don't know. Anybody have any thoughts on it?
It's become tradition to a WA tradition to talk about warbands during Fireside and not doing anything.
It appears so. Yeah, we've got our anniversary coming up, so we're all about tradition right now.
Oh yeah.
How about we debate amongst ourselves what warband did the most to not do nothing? Which warband did the most in the last 2 weeks? we name them Warband of the Week or something. And we give them a shout out, and they can be keepers of the Holy Grail for the week, and then they have to give it back. It's like the Stanley Cup, Go take your photo ops and give it back.
I like that idea, but I think my question becomes what can they do to earn it? Should there be some mechanism for them to prove themselves somehow?
They can just tell us something they've done. I like open-ended because it sort of leads to them being creative. But how did I just split my screen? What the hell? Sorry, I'm messing with my desktop and it just went all haywire on me. Yeah, just they can do anything. It could be, here's a story I wrote. Okay, that's Meredith. That's cool, whatever. Or hey, you won a tournament. Awesome. I mean, doesn't matter. I don't know. I mean,
I was
The
thinking
more we
about-
think about it, the more you think in those terms, and then you play with those guys a lot. So it's like, hey, let's do something together. I don't know.
That'd be cool. I was thinking about what Vinny posted in Meat Hall about having some kind of like basically like a championship belt that's like held by somebody. And he's talking about specifically League of Legends. Which I guess it could be, but some of the warbands don't play it as much. So if we made
Maybe.
it warband, like warband specific, I don't know. I
Per-
wonder if we couldn't kind
per
of keep
game?
this. What?
Maybe like a belt or an object, some sacred object per game. So it's like we're warband, whatever, you know, keepers of the league belt and the chalice of Mech Warrior Online or something, and someone else could be the keepers of Warframe and yada yada.
I actually really like that.
Since we aren't per game, but we still, I think it would be cool to know like who's the best at each game.
We already have a somewhat similar system with Camender, being the blood names. They're supposedly more or less game based, right?
That's true.
I'm not saying that's the bad idea. I'm just saying that we have something very similar, but we can do it as a full clan.
Yeah, I hate to
Well-
retread too much. It is kind of a point that I
Some
already
houses
said.
don't have blood names though. You know,
I'm not
so
I'm
this
not
would
talking
be
about blood
generic.
names. I'm just saying that it's a similar example.
I know, and we don't want to copy that, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because that's unique to you guys, but
I mean, we could make it so they are like as a warband. So like, and so like it's not held by individuals would make
How about
it a little bit different, but
How-
it would be the group.
how about we have the war bands put forward a champion, and that person plays a game against another warband champion for some sort of prize, like you guys are discussing, so that the game is agreed upon, and it can always change every time. So let's say once a month or whatever, right? We have this prize put forward, and then the war bands put forward a champion, which is good in that game specifically, and they try to compete for it. And then the next month, it's another different game, so everyone has a chance to actually participate, and it's a different game every time. And it makes it so that we actually have a good player each time. It's not something that you're experienced with.
I like.
what
What
about,
would
like-
you say if it was like once a month? No, I'm not sure if this is exactly what you meant, but like a 6-man competition where each warband selects a champion, and then
Right.
they all play it like in one big competition.
Somehow like that, or make it a mini tournament, right? You got 6 war bands, you know, 2v2,
Maybe-
it's not 2v2, 1v1, 3
Maybe-
brackets, right?
What if they play like a series of games, and then you send forth a champion, and you have to play each game? So like you could be really bad at League, but be very good at Warframe and like StarCraft or something.
Right. I'm just saying we could have it would enable a variety of games so that everyone can participate,
Yeah.
and there's a prize that you can show off every month or whatever.
We could do it like just like how this hero thing has gone, where it's a bracket, but each 2 combatants get to negotiate what the game would be. Is that what you mean, or?
It's just a thought, a random idea. It's brainstorming. It's not a concrete idea.
I
What
really
about-
like it though.
I just think it'd be cool. You got your champion that's good at, let's say, like, I don't play League of Legends, but I pick someone in Un's Favored that's good at League of Legends, and I put him forward, and then we have a competition between all 6 war bands within League of Legends, and then there's the winner for the month. We get to brag about it, blah blah blah. Next month, it's another game entirely. So we pick someone else who's good at that game, and you know,
okay.
so it's not the same game. Different people get to participate, and we get to cheer on as a war band. Because let's be honest here, it's going to be difficult to try to get war bands to all play the same game in a competition.
Yeah. So you think the game should be worked out before the tournament, and then the whole tournament is on that game?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a rough idea. Like, you know, guys can do whatever you want with it. It just
Wait, so you're saying like,
I like it.
so it'd be, so you have the one trophy, and then, but the game you play it on is rotating.
yeah.
Okay.
And as a war band, you pick a champion. So that the Huskarl would try to, you know, within his war band, try to pick someone, and then people would be like, okay, no, I think I could do better, or whatever. You discuss it, you pick the champion, you put him forward, and then we make up some rules for a competition that stays the same, but the game changes. I don't know.
I like it. This is an idea. This could make war bands matter. And part of it too is I am kind of eager to see when we have this war band competition later this month how that goes too. I feel like it'll go well, just based on how the hero thing has gone, because I feel like everyone's like wants to get points for their house, so they'll want to get points for their warband too. I think. I mean, yeah, warbands are not as I think they don't have as much like tradition and uniqueness as houses have had, you know, years and years and years to build that up. But at the same time, I think I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun. I'm not even in a war band, but if I was, you know, I'd be like, you know, hey Ulf, hey Soulite, I know we're on two different, you know, houses, but like if we're a crew and we're playing League together, you know, I want to stomp some faces. I don't know about you. You know, I want to just beat some baddies with my friends and call it a day.
Well, that is pretty much all I had written down to go over here. Let's see. Oh, one more thing. We talked a little bit about the all thing about the possibility of game text chats. I think my personal feeling on it is we have a lot of channels already. It might be too many. I mean, coinciding with that, we could look at removing some, possibly, and then creating game chats. But my worry with game chats is that it could just it could potentially get out of hand, because at one point you say this game can have a chat but this game can't, and if we don't, then we'll just wind up with like, I mean, look how many roles we have for games, which I think is okay. Roles, because it's not as like cumbersome, but if we have game text chats, that could become a lot of channels. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
We have enough channels as is. As I mentioned in the whole thing. But there are some we don't need, but I don't know. Would it remove the activity in Mead Hall if we had game-related channels? I like how lively the Mead Hall is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few that people have, you know, suggested. Like, I think food, music, quote wall, and weebs are the usual suspects, right? I know there's at least a few people that like care about each of those channels, so I know they'd probably be bummed if they were gone. I don't know, it's sort of a toss-up how valuable they are. Well, anyway, I mean, we can always discuss that more in the all thing too, or, I mean, you know, post some polls or something, get a feel for how much people like or dislike some of those channels that we might consider removing, something like that. But yeah, that was the last thing I had. So I mean, does anybody have anything else they want to go over or bring up? Otherwise, probably call it.
We could just have some fun talks.
Well, I am gonna go mow the lawn actually.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, fascinating.
So,
Sure you are.
You gonna go mow the commander lawn?
Commander. No, the commander home base is in Canada. It's far from
Go steal all their maple syrup.
here. Where's the Deputy headquarters? I feel like it's probably Washington, actually. I feel like we have a ton of guys in Washington.
I feel like we have more in California.
Yeah, there's a lot in California, too. Somewhere on the West Coast, clearly. Well, anyway, with that, yeah, that's probably it. So we'll probably sign off for the Fireside chat here. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for watching. And, yeah, we will see you guys next Thursday.
Right? See ya later.